Hey friends, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new, welcome to my channel. Don't forget to hit that subscribe down below so you can follow us along. And now for today's video, I would like to discuss what it's like to be an empath who deals with anger. Yes, it is a thing, it is a real thing, and I feel like it needs to be discussed. I feel like too many of us out there feel people don't understand us. You're going through this alone. You don't understand why you're angry. A lot of people seem to think that empaths have it all together, maybe, that everything's light and love, but it's not. So we are going to discuss things that can trigger the anger and things that you can do to prevent that. So let's start with what it's like to be an empath. As an empath, you feel things so much more deeply than your normal person who is, say, just empathetic. Someone who's empathetic might see somebody crying and say, oh, I feel bad for that person, that's a bummer. Somebody who's an empath, on the other hand, might suck in that sadness into their being. Now, being an empath, this is a gift, but it can sometimes feel like a curse if you don't know how to ground and center yourself. So what leads up to becoming an angry empath, or otherwise known as empath burnout? Let's start from the beginning of your day, right? So you wake up first thing in the morning. You feel good, you're in a good space. The morning, you're ready to greet the day, everything's good. Then you get to work. Well, you pass a coworker who happens to be not so cheery as you are. They're having a bad day. And so they express this to you, and you listen, because that's what we do, we listen, and you think you're okay, but really what you're doing is sucking in all that energy. All that energy is just coming right into your being. So you move along and you think, okay, well, I'm still good, things are still good. Work is done, great. You go to the gas station and you go to pump your gas. Put your debit card in, guess what? Declined. Why is my debit card declined? I have no idea. Okay? So now you have your own frustration along with the frustration of your coworker, and you don't even realize it. That's fine. You go in to deal with the person that's in the store. Hey, my card's declined, I can't get it to work. Well, guess what? That person behind the desk is in a rotten mood because he's just had a rough day. People are not nice to him. So now you're feeling his emotions. Oof, double whammy, here you go. Now you've got your coworker's aggravation, you've got your aggravation, and guess what? Now you've got this attendant's aggravation. Oh, you're feeling it now. You're feeling a little cranky. Well, then you get home, and guess what? Your spouse comes home from work. They've had a rough day too. And of course, you want to listen to them vent because that's what you do. So they get it off their chest, and you know what? There you go. You're sucking in all that energy. Not on purpose. But that's what you're doing. You're feeling it, and you're bringing it into your own self. So now you've got all these people's aggravation in you. Well, if you're an empath who's great at grounding and protecting, then maybe you're fine. But if you're not, it's an overload of emotion, right? Okay, back up. Rewind. Let's talk about some of the people who are parents who are currently doing school from home because of this current predicament we're in the world. Your whole schedule has changed. You now have to work from home. You have to teach your children school from home. And guess what? Your kids already hate school, right? Now, this is where I'd like to share my experience. This happened to me just a couple of days ago. I woke up, the morning was fine. But because of everything going on in the world, I've been doing school with my two children from home. My teenage daughter, she does fine. My younger son, he already doesn't like school. So now he's doing school from home, and it's making home into an even more crabby atmosphere for him. He doesn't like it. He doesn't want to do it. He doesn't understand sitting in front of the TV to watch someone talk. It's absolutely boring for him. So I get up, I've got my cup of coffee, I'm good to go, I feel fine. Hey, let's tackle school. No ma'am, that's not how this is going down. He is crabby from jump. So here we go. I'm sucking in these emotions, and guess what? The crabbier he gets, the crabbier I get. And not just because he's crabby, but because I'm crabby for the situation too. I know a lot of parents out there can relate to this scenario right now. It sucks, right? It just sucks. Nobody wants to be doing school from home. That's just how it is. So after, a whole afternoon of bickering and arguing with my youngest to do the schoolwork that he absolutely doesn't want to do. He's frustrated and I'm frustrated, and then I get something in the mail that just sets me over the edge. That's it. That's the end of it. Well, I feel like this is where we are in the world right now, right? There's just so many things frustrating us, between lack of employment and doing school from home and, oh my God, the masks and just everything, not being able to be with the people you want to be with, or, you know, listening to the people you love vent and frustrate because they're going through similar situations. Well, guess what? We're sucking all this energy in unless we know how to ground and protect ourselves. So now that you've got all these energies inside you swirling around and you don't know how to deal with them, guess what? Boom, your lid pops off, right? And you've just had this explosive bout of anger and you don't even know where it came from, right? Okay. Everything you've encountered, you've just sucked into you like a sponge. If you don't know how to wring that sponge out, you just keep sucking it in and it's just sitting there, boiling over. What do you do with it, right? Now, I don't know about all empaths, but I speak from experience for myself. When I get overloaded with all of this energy and all these emotions, and I'm at my boiling point, I need to completely disengage from everything. I need to be away from people. I need to be away from noise. I need to be in a place where it's just me and maybe the woods or the ocean or just silence. I need to be able to process and release. A lot of people go through this, believe it or not. And the sad part is not everybody understands that. They think, oh, well, they just don't want to deal with it, or they're just running away from it, or this is just how we process this. We just need that space. It's common in empaths to need space, and that's okay. I'm telling you, it's okay. So now that we've learned about all these things that are constantly coming at us, what do we do to prevent empath burnout? Well, there's a number of things that you can do, actually. And I strongly encourage it because I can tell you, when you're not vigilant about protecting your energy and you hit that boiling point, it sucks, right? You feel bad for this explosion. You feel guilty. You feel like people just don't understand you. And, you know, maybe some people just don't. So what are the symptoms of empath burnout? Well, let's talk about them. One is emotional dysregulation. So you have depression or anxiety, or you're crying a lot, or you have your anger outburst. You can have sleep problems. You can be distracted, not focusing well. Headaches are a big one. I get those a lot. Lack of motivation is a big one. Sensory issues, like an overload of things coming in. I know sometimes when there's too much coming at me at once, too many people talking, it's just like sparks, right? It's like backfiring. I just can't deal with it. I get these energies away from me for just a minute because it's just too much to process right now, right? Okay, so what do we do to prevent these? Well, there's a number of things you can do. You can meditate, which I highly recommend, even if it's just 3 minutes in the morning, 3 minutes at night. This is a great way to ground yourself. And it can be as simple as sitting down and just focusing on your breath for a few breaths in. Just do that a couple of times. It doesn't have to be some crazy fancy thing. That's just how easy meditation is. Another great thing that you can do with the meditation is a visualization. This is a huge thing in the empath world. If you, while you're meditating, and I do this a lot when I remember to, you can visualize yourself in any shape of your choosing. A lot of people go with a bubble. This is your protective barrier. So for me, I envision a bright light coming down from the heavens and coming up from the earth, comes through my heart chakra and just completely swirls around me. Now I'm in my big, bright, white light bubble. Nothing's getting to me, right? All that negative crap is blink, 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 just bouncing off my bubble, right? That's a good way to protect yourself. Reiki, self-Reiki is a great way to unstick all the stagnant energies that are stuck in your chakras. And if you don't know what those are, we'll mention that in another video. But for now, Reiki is a great tool to help unstick stagnant energy and get that out of your system. Crystals. I'm a huge crystal collector. I love crystals. There are tons of crystals that you can use to help with preventing empath burnout, whether it's Black tourmaline is one of my favorites. That is great for transmuting negative energy into positive energy. Rose quartz is another favorite. This is about self-love. This is about cleansing away that toxic energy. Amethyst is another great stone. That's good for psychic protection. You have malachite, heart chakra also. That's to clear and release stagnant energy. Lapis lazuli is a great stone to protect, to strengthen your auric field. Lepidolite is to restore any emotional imbalances. That's another good stone. Smoky quartz is a wonderful grounding stone, probably one of the best. It anchors you to... kind of anchors you. It's a good grounding stone, but it also helps you let go of feelings that are not yours, right? That's one of the big things as an empath we want to do. We want to release the energies that are not ours. So that is a wonderful stone. And there are many, many more crystals that you can use. You can wear it as jewelry. You can keep it in your pocket. You can meditate with it, sleep with it under your pillow. But that's just a short list of some crystals that I prefer. Learning how to say no is a huge thing. It's about setting boundaries, and it doesn't have to be forceful, but knowing when enough is enough can be very important. And this is something I struggle with. This is something a lot of empaths struggle with, which is not good with no, because naturally we want to help people, right? This is just what we do. We feel the need to make things better for people. And so sometimes we're not very good at cutting off at our limit. So people who demand too much of your time, it's okay to tell them, look, I just can't right now. That's perfectly fine. Listening to friends or family members that you know are generally nagging or negative, set a cutoff time, okay? Because you're just absorbing it all. And I know we mean well by listening. Everyone needs someone to listen to, but we've got to protect ourselves too, right? So it's okay to set boundaries and to say no. Journaling. Journaling is great. When you have all this pent up emotion, what do you do with it? Well, sometimes journaling out those emotions and getting it on paper, it's releasing it. So that can help a lot of people also. Grounding in nature is one of my favorite things to do when I feel energy overload. Whether it's the beach or a walk in the forest, there is nothing better than getting connected with Gaia, right? Because this is where the energy is just all swirling. Just release it. Release it and let it go. It's not yours. You don't need it. Let the universe take it and transmute it and send it back out into positive, right? Fantastic. Water. Water is a wonderful way to clear the energy. Just the simple act of washing your hands, right? What do you do when you're washing your hands or taking a shower? You're washing away dirt and gunk from the day. Well, the energy, the stagnant, stuck, nasty, toxic energy counts too. So when you're showering or washing, visualize you are cleaning away all that energy from the day that's not yours. Release it down the drain and let it go. There you go. Another great thing to do is smudging. You can use many different types of smudge. You can use white sage, Palo Santo. Oils, essential oils are great also. I love lavender, which is very calming. So these are all great ways to help you ground yourself and release these energies, or to protect yourself to begin with. So the meditation and the visualization, this is a great way to start the day to kind of combat anything coming at you. And if you come home at the end of the day and you feel, holy frig, you're just bogged down with it all, take that shower, burn that sage, clear your space, clear yourself, get rid of it, meditate with your crystals, journal it out, get that frustration out, because I'll tell you what, being an empath with anger fucking sucks, right? I'm not lying, you know it. If you have any thoughts on this, please feel free to share them in the comments down below. I would love to hear from you. What do you do that helps you? So I guess that's it for this video. I hope that it's helped some of you. Like I said, if you have anything you'd like to share, please feel free to drop it down below in the comments. Let's have a conversation, right? I'm here to listen. So go ahead. Tell me how your day went. Tell me what you do that works for you. All right, till the next video. Peace.